Right, welcome back to Ball Talk. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about all the recent Premier League results, as well as giving our Liverpool and Man City combined 11, all that and a lot more. We'll get straight into it, yeah?
Yeah.
So I want to start with the Arsenal-Sheffield United game, 6-0. Obviously, we're recording this on Tuesday, so it was last night. Yeah. It was embarrassing from Sheffield United's point of view, wasn't it? It seemed men against boys. Did you catch the game?
Saw briefly a little bit off it, and then caught the highlights this morning. But once it went a couple of goals up, knew the game was over, so didn't really find the need to watch it.
Yeah, Sheffield United. Obviously, Arsenal looked really good.
They did,
especially in the first 20, 30 minutes. They looked unbelievable, like so sharp, looked so much quicker and stronger than Sheffield. But Sheffield United did look poor. Like they didn't. You can tell they're not a Premier League side.
Yeah,
they're a Championship team at best, aren't they?
Yeah, they've struggled massively this year, and they've changed manager. They had, I think, Wilder got maybe 1 or 2 wins in. Looked like maybe it might get there, but it's not. They just don't look. They're just not good enough. Like you said, they are just a Championship team, and they're really struggling, and they're down. There's no way they're going to be staying up.
Nah. And you look at the Championship as well. Like there's definitely a couple teams at least that are better than Sheffield. Like Leicester, Southampton. They're definitely both better. Who else is up there?
Ipswich and Leeds are up there.
All 4 of them, you'd probably say. Listen, it's hard to compare a Championship as we see with Burnley, a Championship side. But for me, them 4, at least 3 of them are better than Sheffield.
Yeah, but it's definitely there for the conversation to happen. It seems like it, doesn't it? And like Sheffield United could go down as one of the worst teams in the Premier League, most recently anyway. Obviously, there's been a lot of bad teams in the history, but they're up there.
No, they're up there, man.
They've really struggled this year, and they've had a good few batterings as well.
Yeah,
haven't they?
Mate, that was bad. I was watching it yesterday, and they said it was 5-0, wasn't it? And before half time, and I think 6-0 would have been the record of the biggest win before half time. So I was waiting for that. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, looking forward to that, but we didn't quite get there.
No, but Arsenal's last 3 or 4 games, they've scored some serious amount of goals, haven't they?
Yeah, 21, I think it is in the last 4 Premier League games, which is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
That is ridiculous. They're finding really good form at a really crucial time, aren't they? And they're putting some serious goals away, and I think they've got the best goal difference as well in the league.
Yeah, and it comes to that point again that everyone's screaming at, a lot of the Arsenal fans were screaming at the club to invest in an out-and-out striker at number 9, but look at the last 4 games, we can't stop scoring. Got the most goals out of everyone in the league.
Exactly, that's where you obviously Arteta's doing something right, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think there was, like you said, I don't think we had the same goal scorer yesterday. Like every single goal was scored by someone different, which is, it's a good sign, I suppose, that you can get goals from all over the pitch. But when your goals are lacking, you do want that one you can rely on, I suppose.
Yeah. I think if you had a number 9, I think it's still needed. But at this moment in time, they're doing okay, aren't they? They're scoring enough goals with different people chipping in with goals and stuff, so it's okay at the minute. But in the long run, they definitely will need it.
Yeah, of course. Jorginho again played in the holding role with Rice a bit higher, and I like that combination. Obviously with Partey getting originally injured, Rice went in the deep line one, but he's got it going forward. He can show so much more to his game in that position. I think.
He scored last night, didn't he? As well, Rice, didn't he? So he can do it, and I think I like Jorginho in that role as well. I think he's really good, good, and picking it up, getting play going. I'm a big fan of Jorginho. And then it's nice having Rice higher up because Rice can do both, can't they?
Yeah,
so
especially
really well.
Yeah, of course. Against the weaker teams, Rice is. I feel like that's when you should play him a bit higher up when we're playing the weaker sides, and he can express himself a bit more. Maybe when we're playing the bigger, like the top 4, top 5, it might have to be that he drops a bit deeper, even alongside Jorginho.
Yeah,
because he progresses the ball so well, doesn't he? He breaks lines so well, both of them.
Yeah, they really do. They work well together.
Yeah, that's good. And obviously, we spoke about the goals. They're top on goal difference now, Arsenal. And I can actually see it. I wouldn't be surprised if the winners come down to goal difference. It's that tight. 1 point from third, 1 point to second, 1 point to first.
It could. It is very tight, and it's good that for obviously Arsenal fans that they've got such a good goal difference at the minute. So it puts them, if that does happen, they're in a really good position for it.
Yeah, exactly that. Right, we'll leave the Arsenal chat. We'll go on to the big game of the weekend. Was Man City versus United. Yeah, so 3-1. Being a United fan, I'm sure you watched that.
Yep, it was obviously started off well. Rashford scores a nice early goal. You're thinking, okay, here we go.
Oh, rocket, by the way, wasn't it?
Well, it was. But you go, here you go. It's a good start. Hopefully a bit of momentum. And then just, we were okay, but we just didn't really create anything after that.
Yeah. And it was a weird one. Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't no embarrassment or anything like that. United, they didn't look miles off it. They sort of, their game plan was to sit in a bit and get them on the counter.
It was. Which is fine, because City are probably the best team in the world at the moment, aren't they? All have been, So it's fine. And like I said, I thought we were okay, but obviously we just didn't create much after that, did we? Really, and didn't really look like we were going to score after it. Like you said, I went into the game thinking, right, it's going to be a battering, and then they get that early goal, and you start thinking, oh, hold up, like what's happened here? And then I don't know, you got a few chances on the counter, like 2 or 3 where City looked a little open at the back, but for the most of it, they dominated, and then you just looked like leggy, didn't you? Really. Exactly, and then they showed their quality, didn't they? They were ruthless. They obviously created lots of opportunities. Phil Foden scored an absolute banger as well, didn't he?
What a player, by the way!
Serious player. He's in some serious form in a minute, isn't he? So it was always expected City to win, but I think there's positives there for United, but it's still a long way to go to get us back up there challenging and being really consistent.
Made his mark this year, Phil Foden, and he'd always sort of had periods in the team where he'd do this, but he's done it for pretty much the whole season. I think he's played 24 out of 27, something like that.
I think he's been Man City's best player this year.
Yeah, and Pep come out and said in his post-match press conference that he's been the best player in the Premier League this season, and he don't normally say stuff like that, does he? Especially about the younger players. No,
he doesn't. And you know what? It's not a crazy shout. I wouldn't say
he's right.
He's right. He's definitely up there in that conversation, isn't he? He's just been quality, and everyone knows his quality. There's always been questions: does he do it enough? Does he play enough? And all of this, and he's played.
Where does he play as well?
Exactly, but this year I think he's answered all those questions, and he's been one of the best players in the Premier League. And what great form having him going into for the Euros as well.
Oh, it's the timing's perfect, isn't it? It's just so good. But you just hope. He sort of flirted between the two positions on Sunday, was it? Like sort of through the middle, and then he went on the left a bit towards the end, even on the right a bit. But I think we've got to put him through the middle for England. We have to. Him and Bellingham. We just got to go for it. We've got to go for it.
I totally agree. Obviously, you're playing the bigger nations, maybe a bit more defensive, especially if you're playing any weaker team or something. You have to just go for it. With those two, it's exciting. But then it comes down to the old Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, isn't it? We had the same three again, didn't it? And then didn't work out. So just hopefully Southgate knows what he's doing. But I don't think he does. But
we've got to build the team around, especially around Foden, but around Bellingham and Foden. Really, that's what I think. I generally think they're on the next 10 years, isn't they?
100%.
The next 10 years for England.
100% they are. They are. So hopefully he does it, but we have to wait and see.
Yeah, man, Phil Foden, what a guy! What a guy!
Mate, watching him. It's a joy to watch him. It really is.
It's not just on the ball and going forward. He puts it in going back as well. Like, you can't get away with not doing that for City, and under Pep especially. So he's got both.
Pep doesn't allow it, does he? Really? No, so he's been excellent. Like I said, he's been City's best player this year probably, and he's up with their best player in the league this year. And I think if City are going to win the league, he's going to have a big say in it with his performances.
Yeah. What's going off City? What's your thoughts on Ten Hag at the moment? In terms of, you happy with him still there?
I think so. I think so. So I think for the last 10 years or so, United, we've chopped and changed a lot of managers, and I think Ten Hag he's proven he's okay. He's done it at Ajax. Maybe it's not the same level, but he's done it at a good level. I think he's a good manager. I think now with these new owners or these new investors in, they seem to be bringing in all the right people, or trying to bring in all the right people for all the roles, and they look like trying to get the infrastructure better and where it should be. So I think once that happens, I think Ten Hag will progress and do really well. So I don't see the point changing. I don't see the point. They might do, but in my opinion, I wouldn't. Who are you going to really bring in? I think give them a chance. It takes time. It took Klopp 5-6 years at Liverpool It takes people time. Normally, it takes time. Give him time. Give him. This is his second season. Give him three more years with the new owners, with the new infrastructure, bringing in players, getting players out. I think in the next good few years, if they do it right, which they look like they're going to do, I think United will be back up where they should be.
Yeah, I agree, mate, completely with everything you just said there. It would just feel like you'd kill any sort of progression you've made if you just get rid of him now.
Yeah.
Like you said, with the people above coming in who look like they've got the right intentions, I'll keep him in.
No, I 100% agree. I think he's been there a year. Let him bring in his players, get rid of the dead wood. There's a lot of dead wood there. And then try and sign younger players, have the balance of younger players with experience, and just give it time. These things take time.
Of course, yeah, 100%, mate. Right, we'll go on to Liverpool Forest. Yeah, so I think Nottingham Forest are at home. Liverpool nicked the 1-0 win.
A lot of controversy there, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, this one wound me up because Liverpool have been nicking results. Right, they're still at the top, and how can you get that wrong as a ref? Like, obviously,
it's ridiculous. It's been happening all season. The refs are getting big decisions wrong, and I
just don't get how you can get that wrong. There's 4 of them there. Like, how can you not see that he had the ball when you've called the play to stop? One team had the ball. Like, it's ridiculous,
isn't it? It is. It's just the way it's gone this year, isn't it? And then it's just I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. But it's been like this all year, hasn't it? Something seriously needs to change with these decisions and these officials. I don't know what it is, but something. I feel like this has been the worst year for officials' decision making, getting so many big decisions wrong.
I know, I get that everyone makes mistakes, players, refs, but when there's 4 of you and it's not one of them decisions where it's almost like half an opinion, half not. Like, it's fact that one team had the ball when you stop the play, that team needs to have the ball again.
Yeah,
and it was outside the area as well. Like, when it's fact like that, there's no excuse. Surely the 4th official's in his ear just saying, "Oh, hold up, by the way, you've got that wrong. Quickly change that."
I agree, but from my experience, all the officials back each other. Even if it's a wrong decision, they'll back.
Yeah, they do.
They'll back each other to the death, even if it's wrong. Instead of just going, "Mate, I think it should be this. I think that's wrong." I don't see that's what they're there for. Then the ref makes the end of the decision, but if you can give them go, I think you should do this or whatever it is. Help him out. That's what you're there for. Don't just agree with him.
Yeah, and then exactly that. It's almost like they're afraid to tell him he's done wrong because he might get in his head for the rest of the game or something. But you've got but
that's your job. You're there to help each other out, make it easy for each other, make sure the game is free flow and decisions are right, especially in a massive title race like this.
Yeah, of course.
Like the difference that it could make and thing. It's just. It's baffling, but it's been like that all year.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10 with that decision, like, you won't even notice. You won't really go back and talk about it. It's the fact that 90 seconds later they've gone up the other end and scored with the last kick of the game, pretty much, and that's got them the win. That's why there's so much scrutiny on that one decision.
Exactly that, because they do it 9 times out of 10. People wouldn't even think about it because it doesn't lead to anything, but it's led to a goal, a massive goal. It's killed a point for Forest, who are fighting at the bottom, and it's gained a valuable 3 points for Liverpool at the top, and it's such a big decision that could cause Liverpool in the league. People say Liverpool in the league by 3 points. That result does it for them.
Mental, it is.
And
mental.
Then Man City and Arsenal, like, if the ref was right, they would have won. Do you know what I mean? It's just there's so much. It's such a small decision, but could have such a big influence on the remainder of the season.
Yeah, mate. If that happens, I will be fuming. But then you can look. I suppose you can look at it the other way and be like, "Oh, Arsenal and City might have had them decisions go their way."
It's just luck, isn't it? It's luck of the draw, isn't it? Everything swings and roundabouts, doesn't it? It's Liverpool in the league. You need to win the league. You need luck on your side. You need to get decisions. You need to get away with things, and that is what you need. And at the minute, Liverpool seem to be having that with the results and performances like that. They're getting a lot of late goals, and it's frustrating for people that decisions are getting wrong. But Liverpool go, cheers, thanks very much, and move on.
Yeah, Liverpool do seem to have the luck at the moment. We're going to another tight game, right? So it's Luton Villa, 3-2 Villa. Okay, so I watched this game.
Good win for Villa. That
it is a great win, but it seems like every week is a repeat for Luton. They sort of start off a bit, concede concede some fairly sloppy goals, but good quality from the opposition. Then they show great fight, great character to come back in that last, pretty much the second half all the time, get the goals, and then they lose it last second. Like they deserve more out of that game, 100%.
But how many times have we said this on that they deserve more during the season against the bigger teams and stuff? And then they went through a phase the last maybe month or so where they were getting some good results, and it looked like they might have found the momentum. And obviously it happened again on the weekend. But Villa are a very good side this year, and they're finding ways to do it, aren't they? They're right up there, and I think it's a great win for them. And for Luton, it's obviously disappointing, but there's still plenty of positives there. Just keep going. I think they're going to be okay. I think you could start picking results up and just go again. There's enough positives there not to stress.
Not to stress, but they're getting to the stage of the season where they need to start picking the points up over how their performances are. Do you know what I mean?
100%. That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's a good point, actually. We are in March now, aren't we?
Yeah, start of the season, if they're playing well and not picking up, you're like, right, it's a good trajectory we're going on, right?
Yeah.
We're playing well, we're not getting the points, it will come. But now, forget playing well, you need to just get the points.
Yeah,
otherwise, what's it worth?
No, that's true. I kind of forgot we were in March there. That is true.
but Villa were just they were quite ruthless with the chances they got. They didn't get many chances, but Watkins, another 2 goals, like he's on the form of his life.
Yeah, honestly, Villa. I enjoy watching Villa play this year. They're really doing really well, and I think again they're only as long as they can keep hold of some key players. I think they're going to be right up there again next year. Yeah,
and I mean they're still fourth, aren't they? Still in the Champions League spots. They're 5 points clear of Spurs, I think. But Spurs have got a game in hand, so let's say Spurs win that. That's 2 points clear. That's going to be tight between them, innit?
Massively, and it'll be exciting. It'll be very exciting to see how it all ends.
What do you reckon? Who do you reckon's got it? Them two.
A couple of months ago, I would have said Spurs.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Spurs at the moment. I think they started off really well. There was a lot of hype about that, and I got sucked into that hype. But recently, obviously, they've had good result against Palace in the weekend. But I don't know. I don't know if they're. Well, it's still early days. Again, it's going to take time. It'll take a couple of years to find their feet consistently. But I think they've maybe died down a little bit recently. So I think Villa might do it. And it'd be nice for Villa to do it.
Yeah, I'd obviously want Villa to do it. And like you said, they got a good win against Palace, but I weren't convinced with their performance, to be honest. I think Palace done all right. And I feel like it was obviously 3-1 to Tottenham. All 3 of Tottenham's goals were just like 3 lapses in concentration from Palace. Anderson made a few mistakes. I think he struggles with the Anderson struggles with the high press. Yeah, going from one manager to another, 2 completely different styles. People don't realise that it's actually a big ask for someone who's so good at one thing.
That's what it looked like. For it looked like Palace, maybe just 60, 65 minutes, looked good. Looked comfortable enough, okay, and then they just died. Just got laid, and they went like you said, with a new style of play with the pressing. It's going to take a couple of weeks, couple of months to get up to speed with it. Even though they're Premier League footballers, they're super fit. There's a difference from constantly pressing or pressing more than sitting back, and it does have an effect. And I think you saw that on the weekend where they did die down for the last 20, 30 minutes, and that's when Spurs got their goals.
Yeah, and some players' profiles fit certain styles better. Like I don't feel like Anderson's or his attributes fit the high press that well. Like out of possession, I think he will struggle with the new manager. In possession, he's solid as he always is.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It's going to be interesting.
It is, but it takes time to get up to speed with it. It's exciting. It's exciting for Palace. I like the way they set up. I like the way they're trying to play, and it looks good. And hopefully, next season you'll be able to see some real progression.
Yeah, I thought Eze showed his quality again. Obviously, with a free kick, the goal, and in patches he just glides, doesn't he? Glides past people.
Unbelievable. Him and Elise. When Elise's back, it's going to be unbelievable for him.
I think he goes in the summer. Eze. I think he'll get snatched up by a bigger. I don't actually know who, but
I would have said he would have, but now they've got this new manager in.
You reckon?
It depends what the offer is and who the club is. But I could see, obviously, I could see him and Elise. Obviously, I think they're both signed new deals, didn't they? Stand for another year at least, because it seems, it's depending how it goes, but it's exciting. If Roy Hodgson was still there, I'd be like, I could see them trying to get out. But now, It's a bit of hype there, a bit of excitement. They might want to give it another year or 6 months until the January window. But it depends what offers as well. Because like you said, where would they go? I can't.
Yeah,
It's a difficult one.
Yeah, I suppose it depends how well Palace do as well till the end of the season, and if it's positive signs, then maybe it might entice him to stay a bit longer. I'm trying to think. There's not really like top Arsenal. No, he won't go Arsenal. City, no, can't really. Spurs, maybe. I can see him maybe going Spurs.
Yeah, Man United, I could maybe see him there, but again, Fernandes is always fit and plays every time. It's
Mason Mount's just like still there as well. What, is he injured, Mason Mount?
I completely forgot about Mason Mount. Yeah, he's injured.
He's such a good player as well.
I completely forgot he was there. Wow.
Yeah, he must be injured. Or just coming back.
I think he's on his way back. But he's been injured for ages. But yeah, I don't know where they go. I don't know where as they goes, to be fair. Unless someone moves somewhere. But that's why I think he maybe stays another year.
Yeah, it probably will then, won't he? And in terms of Luton, by the way, just want to pop back to Luton. Do you think they'll stay up? Because we had a chat about obviously they need to actually start getting the results.
They need to start getting points. They need to start getting points. I think.
Obviously, Everton might get deducted some. They obviously lost at the weekend as well, Everton, so did Nottingham Forest.
Honestly, I don't know. It's so tight. Obviously, I think Burnley and Sheffield United are down.
Yeah, Sheffield United. They deserve to go League One after this year. That should happen. If you don't reach a certain amount of points, you just go League One.
Imagine that. That'd be wild. I honestly don't know. I think Everton have more about them. But it's just these points deduction depends. They get hit with another fine or whatever happens. Forest, I'm not sure. I honestly, God, I don't know.
I want Forest to stay up though. I'd really want Forest to stay up, as well as Luton. Everton can go, man. They can go. Not bothered. No,
I'm not bothered. I like Everton. I think they are Premier League. I'd like Everton and Luton to stay up, and I'm not too bothered about Forest.
Yeah,
but I don't think. It's so tough, isn't it? I honestly don't know. I don't think Luton will stay up.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's just we want them to stay up, but
I want them to stay up because they've had some really good performances. But like you said, you made a good point. Obviously, they've not picked up points. It's all well and good playing well, but at this stage of the season, you have to pick up points, and I don't know if they're going to pick up enough points. And I think Everton have been there, done it the last couple of years. Staying up. Obviously, the points deduction. It depends if they get hit anymore.
Yeah, of course.
But I think Everton just have enough to do it, and then Forest might just do it through the skin of their teeth. But honestly, it's a tough question. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it's tight everywhere, really. Obviously the relegation, top four, and the title.
It is. I've not actually looked at the table, the bottom half of the table for a while now. So I don't even know what the actual points are. But it is very tight, isn't it?
Yeah, it is tight between like the three we just mentioned. Really, it's between them.
But it's exciting. It's an exciting end to the season, isn't it? You don't know who's going up, staying down, winning the league, things like that. It is all exciting.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I just want to before we move on to our last little bit, I just want to give a shout out. Obviously, Bournemouth won 2-0 again away from home. Antoine Semenyo, my pal, got another goal. He's on fire. Doing for
very well,
international and Bournemouth now. So yeah, he's smashing it. Just wanted to give him a little shout out.
I reckon he'll be getting a move soon.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe another year, 18 months. Keeps doing what he's doing. There's no reason why a bigger team won't just come sniffing. He's done what he's done this year. A bit more consistent, give a bit more game time at that level. Game. Yeah. I don't see why a bigger team. Not like necessarily a top 4 team, but like a bigger team. Yeah, I think it's only on the natural thing now, isn't it? As long as he keeps his performances up, but he's been very, very good this season.
Yeah, Bournemouth have been solid, mate. They've impressed me a lot, actually, especially recently. Dominic Solanke's still on it as well, isn't he?
Start of the season, I was like, why have you got rid of Gary O'Neill? What are you doing? They really struggled. But prove me wrong, they're doing all right now, aren't they? They look really solid. The manager's doing a good job, and
they're HOWLER, isn't it? Yeah, he's a good gaffer.
Yeah, they're picking up some really good points and performances.
Yeah, nice. Right, we'll leave it there.
Yep.
For the Premier League talk of the games just gone. Obviously, weekend coming up, there's a big game. Talking about top of the table clash. So we've got first v second, Liverpool at home to City.
Massive game.
it's gone a massive game for the who can potentially win the title. I want us to first of all we'll do a little. Would you reckon with that game? Who do you reckon is gonna take that? Liverpool are at home.
Oh, it's so tough. I think City are going to do it only because the injuries Liverpool have.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've put down here. I've got 2-1 or 3-1. I'd probably go 2-1. Because it's at Liverpool, but see Liverpool scoring because City showed against Man United they can be open at the back.
They can. I think I agree. I think Liverpool score. I think they will score anyway because of the atmosphere at Anfield. They will score, but I just think with the injuries they've got and looking at the team they had against Forest, still a good team, but it's nowhere near the City level. I don't think.
No, so City have got quality over them on all areas of the pitch.
I think if Liverpool were full strength, I think Liverpool would do it. So I don't think City have been that good this year compared. Obviously, they're good, but they haven't been as good as they have been the last.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So, but obviously for the injuries, I just think City would do it.
Yeah. Well, any score, or are you just going with the City win?
I'll give you 3-1. I'll agree with you 3-1.
3-1. Yeah.
Yeah. The City look like they can concede goals, but they also can score. So I'll go 3-1.
Yeah, I think I'll agree. 2-1 or 3-1. Yeah. Be good though. For an Arsenal point of view, I don't know if you're an Arsenal fan. Do you want to draw or do you want? I probably want Liverpool to win, because I think Liverpool will drop points at some point, whereas City I can see not dropping any. Do you know what I mean? So if Liverpool get this win, I'd probably prefer that. I reckon that'll play out better.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, be interesting, wouldn't it? It'd be a great game to watch.
Yeah, and obviously so it's this Sunday. So I want us to give our combined 11. Okay, so our Liverpool and Man City combined 11. So current players.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll go keeper first, and then we'll do like defense, midfield, and attack. Yeah. So who you got in goal?
I've always been tough. They're both quality goalies.
Yeah.
I've always think I preferred Edison, but I've gone with Alisson. I think Alisson's been better this year. Yeah.
I think it used to be a lot closer, and then I think the last few years Alisson sort of cemented him as he's better. He's widely known now as being.
Yeah, I think so. So, but again, for me. That's like flip a coin. Either one I'm happy with, but I just think Alisson edge. I think he's just been slightly better this season.
Yeah, I agree. And then I'll give my back four. So, got Walker right back over Trent. I just think he's better. Defensively, definitely, and then going forward, he still gives you just as good. Maybe it's slightly less. Then two centre halves: John Stones, Van Dijk. Left back, I've gone Nathan Ake.
I went Andy Robertson.
I didn't put Robertson in. He's not really played much this year, and
that's true.
I prefer Ake. I think Ake's quality, man. So good.
Ake is quality. I've gone saying Walker. Stones, Van Dijk, and Robertson. It's a valid point for this season. Yeah, he's not played lots, has he? He has had a couple of injuries recently, but I've gone Robertson because Ake's been good, but I think I prefer Ake as a centre half. Yeah,
it's true. I mean, I suppose,
but they're both. But again, it doesn't really matter. They're both quality. They're all quality players, aren't they? They're all going to do a job for you.
Yeah, midfield. With this one as well, I suppose Stones could roll in midfield and then it could become the free,
He could. But I think that's fair. I think Trent is a quality player, but I think Walker gets it because he's a bit more defensive.
Yeah,
I think for me.
Who have you got in midfield? What have you gone? 4-3-3?
4-3-3. Yeah, so it was easy. I've gone all City. I've gone De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and Rodri.
Yeah, same as me, mate. We don't really need to discuss. The only one who's Liverpool's best midfielder is probably like McAllister or Jones, isn't it?
No, the boy they signed this summer who was number 8. No, I think he's Bulgarian. Szoboszlai, him. I think he deserves a good shot. I think he's because he's been injured, but I think he started his first season really well. He was there, but I just don't think anyone gets near those three.
No, I agree. And then front three, who you got?
I've gone Salah on the right.
Yeah.
Or Salah, Haaland, and then it was the last one. It was tough because I've gone Bernardo Silva. I think he's just quality, But I think like Jota's obviously had a good season in Liverpool. It's tough, but I think I've gone Haaland in the middle, and then though Salah and Bryan, so they're normally both playing the right, but one of them can just do a job on the left for me. Is what I've
done that. I've done Silva on the left.
Yeah,
because he can play anywhere, mate. He can play left back, still be one of the best players on the pitch.
Exactly that. I think they just pick themselves. I think.
What about the manager? Did you do a manager?
I went Pep. I would go Pep.
I'd go Pep.
Like, both of them are quality. I think they're very different at the same time, but I think Pep. He just won the treble. You know what I mean? He's done it for a long time. I think he just edges it.
Yeah, nice. So, good. To be fair, we're pretty much similar on everywhere other than the left back. Which
I think most people would agree with us. I think they kind of picks itself.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Well,
what a team that would be, by the way.
Unbelievable team.
Well, that's this Sunday, so we've got our predictions. I said 2-1, you're 3-1, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll catch up again probably just after that game then, yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for now. Sounds good, mate.
Perfect. Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me.
No worries. See you next week, yeah?
Right, see ya.
Yes, guys, thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, could you please follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel? It massively helps us out.